Hey girlies!
Let's go, girls.
My ring light's broken. I don't know if someone stole one of my screws, but if you did, can I have it back, please? Oh, perfect. As I was saying, I would like my screw back. Thank you. Ew, I hate that. So the first thing I want to talk about is my big, sexy, freaking announcement. I have merch.
Thanks. LYLAS bitches.
It's all gonna be going out next Friday, June 28th.
I wanna get crazy, yeah. And I wanna get drinkity drinks.
I'll probably make up some other giveaways, stuff for it, but that's all I got right now. Today, I wanna talk about meeting Stassi from Vanderpump Rules, my toe issue. Yes, bitch, I have a toe issue. If you thought my boil wasn't enough and like everything else to go wrong this year, I can't even walk. And along with that, I quit the Juul. So I wanna give you tips on how to quit the Juul if you're a sad, addicted dweeb. On the other side of this computer screen, just juuling away. Let's look inward and let's fix your problem. I thought if I distract myself by doing something else, this will feel more natural. I'm a little sweaty per usual. What else can we do these days? I already put on my moisturizer. I use Belif True Cream, it's really good. And then I already put on my Yon-Ka toner, which is my favorite skincare brand. In my previous video, I put a link in the description. So yeah, if you guys wanna use any of the Yon-Ka products, they're my favorite skincare, use my link. So as you guys know, I had a massive boil. I keep getting facials to hopefully remove the scarring. I thought it was like a lot better because I just got a vampire facial. It's still there. I think we should first try to cover the boil and go from there. So first things first, let's talk about Pride weekend. Cause I met my queen, Stassi Schroeder from Vanderpump Rules.
You are a dirty whore.
You are disgusting. Get the out of here.
Walk away right now, little girl.
Get the
Every year for Pride, they have the Pride episode. During Pride, everyone is hammered. I love a good time. I love a shindig, a party, a fiesta, a quinceañera, a birthday. I went into Surrey last year and I was like, how do you say hammered? Per usual. When am I not fucked up on Pride? This year I wasn't that fucked up. When am I not fucked up on Pride? This year I wasn't that fucked up. So we're growing. We're looking inward now and we're aging and progressing, I guess. I went into Sir, and if you guys ever been there, it is like this lounge restaurant, very maze adjacent. There's so many rooms, mirrors everywhere. It feels like a fun house. It's very confusing, especially if you're drunk. I was so drunk, I didn't know where I was. You just like don't know how the fuck to get out of it. So last year I walked in, I was with my brother's girlfriend, and I was going through this maze, and I was like, where am I? At the end of a hallway was Jax and Brittany from the show, and they were filming a scene, and I was in shock, and I just stood there, eyes glazed over, nobody home, and I just like was in the background as they're filming this scene at like a table, and I was just like, and the producer behind the cast members was like, keep it moving, fatty, and I was just, you know, in the background. That scene never made the show because a fucking plebeian was in the background killing the realness of the reality show. I was kind of breaking the third wall, the fourth wall, the fifth wall, the second wall. I don't know which wall it is, but I broke it. Reality shows are supposed to be real. If they're filming a scene and there's just some plebeian in the background staring at the people filming, it just like kills the vibe and makes it feel not real. Hello, we have a fan on the outskirts watching the show be filmed. I got kicked out, to say the least. I just walked right back in and took a tumble, and then the security guard kicks me out again. That was last year's Pride. Not the best, but I met Tom Schwartz. Fast forward to this year, I went to West Hollywood again because I was like, I need to meet my queen, Stassi freaking Schroeder.
I'm really up on Adderall and tequila.
And why is my upper lip still sweating? I just got Botox to get rid of my upper lip sweat. and it's still sweating. I need a fucking refund, or I need more Botox. So now I'm gonna be applying NARS concealer over my green concealer. Do you apply more concealer over the green concealer or no? So anywho, my brother's girlfriend loves the show so much. So her and I go into SUR. I was just like a fucking dog, sniffing away, trying to find Stassi. I was going through SUR again. This time I was way more sober, and I was like, it's not that complicated. But last year I was like, I'm in a box. I literally felt like only tunnel vision. I didn't see any of the cast members. I was like, where are they? Where are the cameras? Why aren't they filming? All I saw was DJ James Kennedy.
God, why is it about the damn pasta? Get over the damn pasta. Read between the f***ing lines. It ain't about the pasta. It's not about the pasta.
I'm still painting like a f***ing clown. I love that. So we go up the street to Pump, which is another restaurant owned by Lisa Vanderpump, where I was like, they might be filming here also. So I go in there, once again, no camera crew, no one. I was like, are they not filming the Pride episode? So then we go next door to Tom Tom, which is a new bar they just opened. And we had to pay $30 just to get into this bar. And I was like, are you f***ing kidding me? So lo and behold, at the back of Tom Tom is my queen, Stassi Schroeder.
I've always wanted to impale someone and cut off their head and have it on a spike in my apartment.
So it was her, Lala, and Brittany just sitting on like a couch in the back of the bar. I am now applying Tinted moisturizer. I see them and I'm like tripping ballsies, and it's like packed. There's like so many people. I guess you could call them fans, because most of the people that are going to the bar watch the show and want to see them. But I kept trying to like be like, Stassi. And she just like was like really uncomfortable. You could tell because it was like all these fans just on the outskirts in the bar just watching them film. It was just like a wall of people. If you had a bunch of people staring at you, you'd be so uncomfortable trying to act natural for a camera. So she would like look down. Lala would rip a fatty on her jewel. So iconic. Made me want to rip a fatty as well, but I quit, so I can't. I'm a recovering jeweler, so there was like so many people where they got up to move. As Stassi was moving, I pulled her in. Well, I didn't like assault her, okay? I just like was like, Stas, please, can we get a pic? And I like just held my camera, took the pic, and that was my encounter. It was really lame, and it made me feel like a f***ing plebeian. Regardless, I love her, and maybe I'll be in the background of the episode and get my debut on reality TV, because I want to be on reality TV so bad. So now I'm gonna be putting on eyebrow gel. This video is like really pointless, and like I don't know what I'm doing, but we're doing it. I love that. So now I want to talk about how I quit the Jewel, or better known as Julia. I quit Julia like 3 weeks ago. Joe went and took my Julia and flushed her down the toilet, because let's be real, the only way to quit that thing is not to have it. Because as long as you have the device, you're gonna go buy pods and like smoke it every day. And I would go through like a pod a day, sometimes 2 pods, like a pod and a half in a day. And it was just an issue. Why is everyone wanting to get addicted to nicotine for no reason? Like we're all willingly going to buy a Juul, Leah. Don't get me wrong, I love like that rush you get when like you haven't had it in a while, and it just like feels so good. But after like 3 hits, you're already immune to it. So there was no point to it. I'm literally just sucking Julia for no reason. I'm just addicted and wasting so much money on this stupid pod, you know? So I was like, let's just quit it. And Joe flushed it down the toilet, which I was a little upset about. 1, because I feel like you're gonna clog my pipes. And 2, I low-key like wanted it, so. That's all. The next week of that was like the worst week ever. I was like so tired and I was so angsty. I'm like the most go with the flow person ever. So going from being super chill to any tiny little thing going wrong and just being pissed off was super weird and not myself. I talked about this a little bit in my last video, the car video. It kind of just like wasn't the full story, but I went out one of the days in my recovery, and on the ground in front of my mailbox was a fucking Juul. And everyone's like, there's no way that's your Juul from the toilet. Like, there's no way. And I'm like, yes way, that's 100% my Juul, because there was like a drain next to my mailbox. I don't know how, but it was for sure flushed out of my pipes right in front of my mailbox. Because God was like,
bitch, we want you to rip a fatty, and we want you to rip it now.
I picked it up off the ground and I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. I kept it and I hung it on my mirror in my car as like a memory, but low-key I had it there just in case I wanted to rip a fatty. I was like, I'm gonna keep this just in case like I get that craving. I'm gonna go rip a fatty in my toilet soaked Juul. And it still worked, which is even weirder. Like, how does it still work? But after that week, I feel fine. I don't think about Julia. I don't have a craving anymore. And I'm just like so happy to have quit the Julia. So all I can say for you people who need to quit it, all you dweebs ripping a
Fatty.
behind your computer screen, you just gotta get rid of the device and you just gotta stick to it and you'll be able to quit it. And that was my PSA about the Julia. The next thing I want to talk about is my f***ing toes. And not in like a sexy, sexual way about me sucking a toe. That's not the point of my toe problems. Over the past 6 months, my pinky toe on my left foot has been hurting so bad to the point where every time I walk, I literally feel like there's a piece of glass just stuck in my f***ing toe. That's what it feels like, okay? Like, I don't know how else to describe it. I don't know why I'm getting so defensive over how it feels, like, chill, bitch. But over the past week, like at Pride is like when it got real bad. I literally felt like I couldn't walk unless I stuffed my toe with a bunch of cotton balls, which is not the most comfortable way to walk, which is cotton balls all throughout your toes. But it's what I had to do to get through the day at Pride. I went to the doctor this past week to have them examine my toe. And the doctor was like groping my feet and like touching my little toes, touching all the pressure points. And she was like, how's that feel? How's that one feel? And I'm like, it feels great, Tiffany. Not only did the doctor tell me that I have a nice foot and that it was
Sexy.
the doctor made me go get x-rays of my
Toe.
because she was like, we might have to open your
Toe up.
to see if there's glass in it. But the chances of that are very
Slim.
So we're gonna go have you get an x-ray first before we decide to take a knife and dive into that bitch. So I went and got an x-ray on my
Pinky toe.
and it was so weird. I was laying on a fucking table and I asked the man, I was like, am I like the only person who's ever had an x-ray done on their
Pinky toe.
and he's like, yeah, this is like a little weird. He was taping all my toes down while my foot is dangling like in the air. This is for the feet people out there. The results showed that my pinky toe is literally looking inward, like the bone, if this is my pinky toe, is growing sideways in the middle into my other toe. So it makes my toes rub like this, very chafy if you will, and it fucking hurts. Like that is the thing on my toe that hurts so bad. It like rubs against that. So I don't know why my bone's growing the wrong way, but thank you. Thank you God for
You're
giving me
welcome.
not only a fucking boil scar and a toe problem and no chin. Let's not forget about the fucking chin. So the medical diagnosis of my toe is called a hammer toe. So I looked up hammer toe on Amazon and I found, I'm getting like a country accent, hammer toe. I went on Amazon and I got these like ring adjacent silicone hammer toe where you like put them on your little toes and it keeps them separated and like super fun. They got rid of all the pain in my toe and they're so comfortable. I might not even get the surgery to shave my toe bone because I just like these little silly things. They're just like fun. I guess we'll keep you guys updated on my toe journey, but we'll have to see. Anyways, that is gonna be it for today's video. I just wanted to update you guys on some stuff and tell you about my merch, which is coming out June 28th, so make sure to buy it. It's super cute. Today's commenter of the week is Sophie Hecker. Thank you so much for watching, girly. Make sure to comment below if you guys wanna be next week. Follow me at Ryan Paynter on Twitter, Instagram, all that shit. Book me on Cameo at Ryan Paynter and let's get crazy. And until next time,
LYLAS bitches.